I am recording this while TimCast IRL is live, and you can see the chat. They are going crazy. You can look at the like to dislike ratio, and the show has nearly been ratioed. It's a very bad day, and it's a very bad time for Tim Pool. But this is what happens when you completely ignore a massive story that your own website has covered. But even though they covered it, it was just a puff piece. It was just a pathetic puff piece, but it is part one of two. Now, this is the same Tim Pool that got really mad with the Twitter files when it dropped in different parts. But it's okay when it's his website. That's another discussion for another time. But you could just see the chat right now. The chat is insane. And the emojis people are using: membership canceled, unblock the quartering, unsubbed. Like, it is crazy. This whole entire situation is wild. And to be fair, his viewership numbers are down a bit, to be honest. They're down a bit. I mean, usually he's at like the 40,000 range, I think. But yeah, this is a really bad situation for him. Now, this is right in line with everything else that's going on too, because Eliza Bleu, now as the quartering says right here, why run cover for an article that's supposed to be an investigation in Nature? And she's like, just a reminder, the article from today is just the introduction. It's just part one of a many-part series. I haven't read it myself in advance. Eliza Bleu is garbage, and she's making a mockery of Tim Pool and his entire website and brand. Now, this is Shane Cashman. This is the person that interviewed Eliza Bleu. Now, this was all kind of built up with Tim Pool, where he says, oh, we've got a reporter on the job. And then there's clips of Shane Cashman in studio with Tim Pool and Eliza Bleu about a month ago, basically just falling all over himself, simping for Eliza Bleu, just going crazy. Oh, Eliza, I love you. And she's like, oh, I love you too. Oh, it's going to be so great. We're going to hang out. We're going to bond. We're going to, eat marshmallows together. It was just pathetic. And as you can see, he's being ratioed right here on his tweet where he's talking about it because people are seeing through it. So I'm going to cover this more in depth, but I'm getting ready for our Monday night Mario Kart stream over on the Geeks and Gamers channel. But I wanted to cover this because I was watching live as this is going on, and the chat is just insane right now. Now, usually Tim Pool's chat is insane. Always. Timmy feels blue. Look, it's just all it is Eliza Bleu. It's blue emojis. This is just, Tim Pool's chat is crazy. Now, I personally think that he has lost touch with what made him popular and successful. Tim Pool is essentially the mainstream now. He is. Your super chats aren't good enough for him. Your questions aren't good enough for him. You are beneath him. He is not there to address you. He is there to tell you what you want to hear. He's not there to listen to the feedback that you're going to give him. He's there to tell you what you need to hear. That's a mainstream mindset, 100%. So he has become mainstream. He is the new mainstream. He is that person right there. I don't know. I haven't been listening to the whole episode. I will later. But what's he saying?
I don't know, man. Part of me is not particularly hopeful, to be completely honest.
If everything is racist, then nothing is racist.
Yeah, true.
And so the best way to keep people fired up about racism, because I believe that.
I like John Rich. John Rich is fantastic. He is great. Great guy. Super, super red-pilled, awesome guy. And the points they're making, I obviously, I agree with that. But how do you ignore 35,000 people screaming their heads off for you to address something? I don't get it. It's wild. It is a wild, wild situation. Currently, as it stands, 4,800 upvotes to nearly 3,000 downvotes. Don't know if it'll get completely ratioed, and I don't know if he's ever actually been ratioed on one of his TimCast IRL shows. I'm not sure. But again, you covered it on your website. Now, it's a puff piece. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing, but you covered it. Now, is he going to get more in-depth on this? I don't know, but it is embarrassing. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will cover this more in-depth after the show is over and I'm able to watch the whole show and see if he actually did mention it at all. because I don't know if he has. I'm more so reporting on the chat, the reaction, and all this other stuff. Wild, wild story. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.